Welcome to day 12 of Talking to My Camera. O ye of little faith, why did you doubt? It was around 3 to 6 o'clock in the morning. The disciples were in the boat far down into the sea while Jesus was still on land. The waves beat against the boat and the wind blew against the boat, so they were having a very tough time. Jesus then walks on the water to where the disciples were. The disciples saw him and they were afraid. Oh, it is a ghost. Then Jesus said, "Courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." The disciples calmed down. They were still a little bit afraid because how is Jesus walking on the water? Then Peter said, "If it is you truly, Lord, bid me to walk on the water to you." Then Jesus said, "Walk on the water and come to me." Everyone was shocked. But Peter, the very bold Peter, stood up from the boat, placed his leg on the water, and started walking on the water. Remember, all this while, wind was still blowing and the waves were still tossing against the boat. Peter was able to walk on the water. As soon as he was far from the boat and close to Jesus, while still walking on the water, he looked around and he saw the waves were beating against him and wind was blowing against him. He became afraid. Then he began to sink. Then he cried out to Jesus, "Lord, save me." Jesus stretched out his hand and saved him. And Jesus said, "O ye of little faith, why did you doubt?" So Peter and Jesus went back into the boat and they continued their journey, and all the disciples praised God. They were really astonished, and then they believed that Jesus is truly the Son of God. Two things caught my attention in this passage. Number one, the wind and the waves have always been blowing. They had always been blowing. So problems and tribulations have always been there. But Peter was still able to walk on water because he had his eyes on Jesus. He focused on Jesus, not on the problems, not on the situation, not on the tides that were against him. But as soon as he walks on the water, so it means the miracle had already started happening because he had faith. He focused on Jesus. But as soon as he walked on the water and he looked around and he saw the winds and the waves, he began to sink because he became afraid. Do not be afraid. It is I, says the Lord. Do not be afraid. And then also, when he began to sink, he cried out to God, "Save me." And what did Jesus do? He saved him. Jesus didn't abandon him. Jesus didn't let him drown in the water and said, "But you walked on the water. Why were we now afraid? Why did you not believe in me?" Jesus didn't argue with him. Jesus didn't blame him. Jesus didn't guilt trip him. He saved him. And then he said, "O ye of little faith, why did you doubt?" And now I am asking you, why did you doubt? Thank you for listening.